getting flown out and a lose-lose situation.
On this episode of Simply Necessary Conversations.
Okay, so for the record, y'all, I wanted to say getting flew out, but she corrected my English even though I was speaking colloquially. But our trending topic today is going to be about how people are getting flown out to, different places to meet either people that they have been in contact with for a certain amount of time or people that they met on dating apps or whatever, and the things that transpire once they get there. But before we get into that, we have to introduce y'all to my cousin, your niece.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say your last name, or you want to go?
Yeah.
What do you want to go by?
Say. My name is Say.
Okay.
Yeah. We have referenced that. Well, we've been calling you by your full
we've been saying your full government name this entire
I've
podcast.
been doing that.
Because that's who you are. Actually, y'all, I gave her that name. So, yes, of course I'm going to call her that because I named her.
Okay. Well, now that the introductions are out of the way. So people are getting flew out.
Flown. But
flew out. And they're basically, the issue comes when what the man expects to receive is not given, if y'all catch my drift. Mm-hmm. So what do y'all think about that? Do you think people should be getting flew out or flown out, or however you want to say it? Or do you think like the man shouldn't expect something in return just because he paid for a plane ticket? Like what's the situation?
I think before you ever set foot on the airport, like parking lot, you should know, like y'all should have had enough of a discussion so that you know what his expectations are. True. And if you are not willing to go along with whatever it is he's expecting in exchange for said flight, then do not get on the plane. Because, at first, I think it's wrong for a guy to think that flying someone somewhere automatically means they have to do certain things. But at the same time, you ought to know who you're dealing with in terms of the guy. So you need to make sure, like if I were being flown somewhere, I would make sure that the gentleman knew you paying for this flight, you paying for whatever you're paying for does not entitle you to any part of my body and any type of service from me. As long as you're cool with that, I will come see you, but you're not going to fly me somewhere and expect that I got to do certain things just because you paid for a flight, because no, ma'am.
Interesting. Cuz, your thoughts?
I've actually experienced it, but I turned it down because guys in this generation, that's what they expect. And I'm not with
that's
that.
true.
And then also, wait a minute, hold on, you didn't tell us somebody.
Wait, you didn't tell us somebody tried to fly you out? Because what?
Like we'll talk about that off the air.
Yeah, off the record.
I mean,
Yeah, but like I don't think it's I don't think
To
it's
me,
safe.
To me,
That too.
I like to take care of myself. Unless, like, obviously, like, my boyfriend can pay for stuff for me, whatever. That's different because, like, we together. But when I was single, you're not flying me out. I wouldn't even let dudes pick me up. If we're going on a first date, we're meeting there, maybe we'll get to the point where you can pick me up. Yeah. But I don't like someone else being responsible for my mode of transportation. And furthermore, even if you do get flown out and you don't want to do whatever they want to do, even though that should have been a discussion way before the plane ticket was bought. Because some guys generally do just want to hang out with you, but like that's few and far between, honestly. That's very rare.
Yeah.
So you need to have a plan B. You need to have enough money to be like, you know what? I'm going back home. I'm going to stay in the city and explore by myself. Like, because one of the videos that I saw was this girl being like, oh, I'm stranded. There's no way for me to get home. And it's
she was crazy anyway, because young ladies, even if he said that he was going to pay for everything, you need to take enough money. Like, what if something happened to him? Like, what if you got there?
Time I don't have money to
pay my always. You never go anywhere and do anything that if push comes to shove, you can't pay the bill.
Especially
like that.
Traveling.
Yeah. Because you get there and he either changes his mind or something comes up. What if somehow his credit card gets compromised? I mean, any number of things can happen, so you don't go
But
anywhere.
I do think that it's wrong for guys to just expect that because they pay for a plane ticket, they're finna get something.
I like talking to them, like I say that all the time, and it's just like, well, I think it's wrong for you to expect us not to. I'm like, why does that have to associate? Just because you spend money on me, why does that have to?
And why can't you find somebody in your own city?
Yeah.
Why do you need to go?
Yeah, because if you fly me somewhere expecting me to do certain things, I'm going to tell you to get somebody
they
else
really
to
want
do
you
it.
to do something strange for a piece of change. Like, no.
Get somebody else to do it. No. There's no amount of money that a man can spend on me that he could just expect or assume I'm gonna do certain things. 'Cause no,
that's what I say. But they feel like some girl, like they literally have a price.
Yeah.
Some girls will be like, oh, if you do this for me, then you can get whatever you want.
Well,
like,
they have a word for that.
One of the girls in one of the videos I watched was like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's prostitution." But it's like you were literally pimping yourself. Essentially,
if you ask somebody to pay for or provide you with some type of financial incentive in order for you to keep their company, you're either an escort, if you want to use a nice term, or you're prostituting. No, I mean that's just what it is.
Because it's not like you were in a relationship with that person and y'all are just long distance, and then you go like, then that would make sense to have some sort of expectation.
Yeah, if you had been
unless
dating
there's
them,
a conversation.
Yeah, if you've been dating them and you thought, okay, we're
at that level now.
Like, that's a little bit different. But even with that, you still should have a discussion. Okay, like we're not doing whatever, or okay, I'm okay with doing whatever it is. You should have that discussion.
I think it's because we're in the generation of go with the flow instead of actually circling back to a conversation we had before on the podcast. People don't have conversations; they just assume.
When you go with the flow, you end up in an unsanitary tributary with no visible means of propulsion.
What?
An unsanitary tributary. Think about it. Unsanitary tributary with no visible means of propulsion. That's a nice way of saying you end up creek without a paddle.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what if, like, because I don't know, some guys change. Like, they'll be, okay, they'll agree with it.
That's true.
And then what if you
That's true.
And they switch up?
Yeah. Well, that's why you come with your own money and you make sure somebody knows where you're going.
I also think that's why it's kind of dangerous to meet people online and then immediately jump to, like, a certain level of, like, oh, where you're cool, like
in-person dating. You don't know these people.
Because you don't know if they're crazy or not.
Yeah, it takes a minute for you to know people. And even after you have talked to them for a long time, the in-person interaction can be totally different from the, online interaction. Like people got to learn to slow down. Like nobody wants to slow down and actually get to know people. And if they're rushing you, then they're not the type of person you want to deal with anyway, because that says something about their character. So like, no, but don't ever go anywhere, not even locally, without your own money. Don't sit down and have a meal that you can't pay for.
Because that's another thing that I've been seeing trend too, where guys get mad on a date or whatever, like, oh, you're not going to give it up. I'm not paying for this date. And now the girl didn't bring her purse, didn't bring cash.
See, that's just me. Like anywhere I go, I've been on dates and I like be ready to pay because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah. You got to be.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable leaving without nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But besides the guys spending money to fly people, the one video I saw online, a guy, and I think they were even supposed to be friends or at least friendly, took a girl out on a hike, and she didn't have any hiking equipment or anything, like took her up on a mountain where it was snowing, and when she would not do what he wanted her to do, he abandoned her, and she didn't have any trail markers, anything, and she was like panicking. I'm thinking to myself, now you know what? If that would have been me, he better hope I died on that mountain, because if I got off,
that's very crazy.
He literally abandoned that girl on a mountain, a snow-covered mountain, trying to find her way back, and. If I don't know, I don't know the situation. I don't know if it was real, but if she survived that, I don't know the situation,
but I just feel like there had to have been some red flag.
I don't know.
How do we jump from 0 to 100?
I don't know. I think he thought if he got her out there and she was helpless, he could take advantage of her, which is kind of the definition of rape.
But then to me, I feel like if he was that type of person too, like why didn't he just force her if you were going to leave her on a mountain?
People, when they're crazy, sometimes there's crazy specialties. Like some people just have.
I guess he doesn't want to be like a bad guy. Yeah, he'd rather coerce than
physically force her. When I saw that, I was like, honey, no, ma'am, I don't know.
What happened?
Did she survive?
I don't know. She posted it. I didn't get the follow-up. Somebody stitched it. There's a lady that stitches videos and stuff and talks about women's issues.
I need
or whatever.
more facts on this.
I don't know whether she survived or not, but I was like so mad for her.
Probably on TikTok.
Probably. I don't know what her name is.
You see really crazy stuff.
I do.
Mine is normal. Your feed is just insane.
My algorithm, because I'm single and I look at that, like my algorithm would make you think that I hate.
But your algorithm is very dependent on what period of life you're in. Because when I was in college, it was all college stuff. When I was single, it was all like men aren't doing stuff. Yeah. Now, my whole thing is couples and babies.
Yeah.
Really?
My algorithm right now is all older women giving advice to younger women or older women talking about why they do not have to have
Every day I see a kid. When did I tell TikTok I wanted a child?
I don't know, but to call them back and tell them it was like it was just a tease. Because no, ma'am.
But it might be your fault because you send me baby stuff sometimes.
Why?
We exchange baby.
Why? Cease and desist with that. Both of y'all cease and desist with that.
Yeah,
until they grow up.
I can look at them.
Yeah, I can look at the baby.
Cease and desist.
That don't mean I want the baby right now. I can just look and be
that's
like,
bad.
oh,
That's bad. That's bad.
Like I saw one baby today that had a little crochet Patrick Star outfit on.
I bet it was adorable, but guess what? That baby's not gonna stay a baby.
That was an amazing segue, Soph.
Go ahead, Soph.
Because all right, let me put y'all on is the rumored SpongeBob meal at Wendy's. Now, I haven't seen anyone confirm because all of the reports have been reportedly, allegedly, whatever. But there might be a real life Krabby Patty. And for anybody that's Gen Z or even millennials, I think too, you grew up on SpongeBob. You're going to want to cop the Krabby Patty. That was a tongue twister. And I think there's also allegedly like a pineapple Frosty.
Now, the pineapple Frosty, I'm with that. Yeah. I don't know if I'm eating crab from Wendy's.
No, Mom, no. It's not crab. Like, it's a burger.
Okay, but what is the burger made from?
Is it going to be like a...
Like, is it going to be...
You do know a Krabby Patty cannot be Crab because Mr. Krabs is the owner of...
I don't know. He has a well for a daughter. Don't act like we're talking reality here.
They leaked the secret recipe.
I know the secret recipe supposedly has crab in it, but so I don't think they're going to perpetrate that.
Is it going to be some type of fish?
It says... the burger itself is described as a premium cheeseburger with Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef, topped with fresh produce and a secret Krabby Patty sauce, capturing the magic of the iconic fictional sandwich.
So they're going to call a hamburger a Krabby Patty?
Mom, that's what a Krabby Patty is. In the show, it's supposed to be a hamburger.
I thought in the show, a Krabby Patty was like a... like a salmon croquette.
Mom, they are under the sea with the fish. The fish are eating fish.
They've been eating
again. Mr. Crab has a whale for a daughter. It's not like we're talking about reality. Having a whale for a daughter
is completely different than cannibalism.
But look, somebody really did broke it down. It was like they're eating. Okay, basically they said the chum bucket was like pollution from humans.
Okay, that kind of makes sense.
It does.
That they broke it down. Then I think they said. I forgot, they were saying something about the boats.
Yeah.
It's like when shipwrecks.
So you're talking about the theory that the
symbolism behind the show.
Well, I don't know, but
no, Mom, they're not eating seafood at the.
Well, then don't call it a Krabby Patty. Then that's just silly.
Sir, this is the Krusty Krab. They are not serving.
They're gonna have to decorate the bag.
But I'm down with the pineapple
the pineapple it says, in honor of SpongeBob's home, this Frosty is made with our signature vanilla Frosty swirled with pineapple mango puree.
I'm with
sounds
that.
like Dole Whip.
It does sound kind of like Dole Whip.
Yeah, it probably won't taste like Dole Whip because I'm sure that's a secret formula. Because even let me tell y'all something. Don't go to the Walmart or any of the grocery stores and buy the Dole Whip.
Oh, no,
it is not the same. You got to go to Disney to get real Dole Whip. I don't want to mess anybody like Dole. I'm sorry. Yeah. But the Dole that they're selling in the grocery stores is not
sometimes
the
same. Dole Whip at the fair in the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah,
in Florida
comes close,
is actually.
But if you want real Dole Whip, you got to go to one of the Disney theme parks.
Yeah, go to Animal Kingdom. It's Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, the Polynesian Resort, Disney Springs, and if you go to California, I believe it's at Disney California Adventure. I know my stuff.
That is a shame.
We know.
I like food and I like Disney way too much not to know where you can get Dole Whip.
And because
it's like the only theme park food that I will buy whenever.
Yeah, and it's consistent. You can't mess it up if you get it at Disney.
When you're about to have a heat stroke in those long lines.
Yep.
Dole Whip will save you.
So if Wendy's has been doing okay, I like that they finally started experimenting with frosty flavors because for the longest it was just chocolate. They finally got vanilla, and now they're switching up.
The orange,
I think the orange is the best.
Yeah,
that's sure.
Yeah.
That's grandma's favorite.
Yeah, I think orange is the best. The triple berry didn't really have a whole lot of flavor. It was just purple. Like
it was just purple with vanilla.
It was. It was like
it's just like how licorice is plastic with a teaspoon of sugar in color.
Okay, is that the official recipe?
I mean, that's what it tastes like to me. I don't know how they make licorice in the factories, but
this is kind of off the subject, but. Yes or no to candy corn? You eat candy corn?
No.
Never like candy corn.
No. Candy corn tastes to me like butterscotch, but a different texture, like a different texture of butterscotch. I don't love candy corn, but I don't hate it. Like I think people
I have hated. I think my hatred for candy corn came from that commercial they used to play. I think on Nickelodeon.
I don't like candy corn.
Yeah, I never liked it since then.
Just thinking about make me cringe.
Ooh. And it's just
hearing
like
the name.
It just looks like if I was trick or treating as a child and someone just was like, "Here's some candy corn," I'm throwing it away.
I don't hate it. No. As a matter of fact, I think it would be good, like as as a stir-in for cookies. Like I think it would taste good because it kind of has a butterscotch.
And
flavor.
I don't.
How
like
do
cookies.
You like butterbeer and you don't like candy corn?
I love butterbeer.
I think candy corn has a butterbeer type flavor to it.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh. You must be really hungry.
Maybe it's an age thing.
Like
when we were growing up, we ate candy corn. But anyway.
But y'all also had those little old people butterscotch candies and stuff.
Old
and the
people,
little strawberry wrap candies.
Hold on.
But the strawberry wrap candies are good.
Are those fighting words?
Why you pointing at me like that?
Hold on. Like you about to catch hands when you come for the strawberry candy.
I didn't know we had a strawberry candy enthusiast.
Hold on about it, but I like butterscotch. You drink butterbeer. How you gonna drink butterbeer?
I think it's the way that it looks. It's the I don't like candy.
But I was gonna say she don't like candy.
Like I don't like the texture of most candies.
Yeah, like she doesn't like candy, so
like
she don't count.
Your fault.
How?
Yeah, you didn't let me eat candy.
Exactly.
When I was a little.
I
did let you eat candy.
Like, candy is like a kid's
favorite. Yeah, I let you have candy when you got old. Like I didn't let you have candy.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like there wasn't candy in the house when I was growing up. It was just like.
Actually, there was candy in the house because people who thought I was a child abuser for not letting you eat candy were constantly giving you candy, and it would just sit there. Like at a point, you were just like, I would just indulge them and take it, and then ask you, do you want it, and you didn't want it. It would just sit there.
I distinctly remember wanting gum.
Yeah,
I was such an old person.
Yeah, like she wanted. Yeah, and I let you have gum when it was safe for you to chew gum.
I remember you made it an event, like when you were like not paranoid to let me chew gum because I don't know why.
I didn't want you to choke. It was a choking hazard.
No, she was like, "Okay, you're gonna have your first piece of gum."
And I explained to her that you don't, because a lot of people will give kids gum for the first time and don't explain to them they're not supposed to swallow it and all kind of stuff. So I explained to her, you're gonna chew it.
I just did
don't
it before
swallow it. See. So like I just wanted to make sure that you knew not to swallow it.
I swallowed it because I didn't want them to hear me smack it.
Well,
garbage can, grass.
You could have spit it out.
Napkin.
I mean,
like there were so many options.
To digest. That's all.
Anytime I ever swallowed gum, it was by accident.
I've never swallowed
gum like on purpose. Like
but I feel like you also are the reason why I'm clumsy. Cause you would be there, like you wouldn't let me. You would not let me just like run around the playground. Like you were very like, okay, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna do that now.
Sweetie pie,
You're
just naturally clumsy. I didn't cause that. I did not cause that. She's trying to find stuff to blame me for. I did not cause that.
Anyway, why that happened? So Kendrick Lamar is going to be the 2025 Super Bowl performer. But it caused chaos that I did not expect to see when people started saying that Lil Wayne should have gotten the opportunity since the Super Bowl is going to be in NOLA. And he is a New Orleans native and a New Orleans artist. But some people have been saying every artist that's from the city doesn't necessarily represent the city every year. Kendrick Lamar is at the top of his game right now with the whole Drake beef.
Yeah.
So my question is, aside from the whole drama that is ensuing with Lil Wayne and Kendrick, who would y'all have chosen if y'all were Jay-Z and you could influence the NFL with
okay, first enlighten me. Why does Jay-Z say about this?
So the brief history based on my limited knowledge from watching talk shows is that after the whole Colin Kaepernick situation with the knee and people complaining and blah, 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 after that whole thing, the NFL tried to like promote diversity because a lot of their fans were not wanting to promote diversity, and it was this whole thing. So they invited Jay-Z, and this was like after a while, like after Colin Kaepernick died down or whatever. They partnered with Jay-Z and Rock Nation, his label, to like, you know, give them suggestions for artists or whatever.
Okay, so Jay-Z.
So that's why he has influence.
He's the Jamal in the room.
Yeah, he is the Jamal, the intern, to make sure there's diversity.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, who do you? I will let you go first. Who do you think should be the Super Bowl performer if it's not Kendrick?
I feel like when it comes to the Super Bowl, it has to be someone that has enough hits.
Yeah.
That can keep the crowd enthusiastic throughout the whole time.
And that's why I said Lil Wayne is not the fit, because while he is a legendary, hold on. I done already got jumped by my boyfriend about this. Hold on. Lil Wayne is a legendary rapper. Everybody knows his song, Hello Miss Officer, and then, you know, we know that.
Well, we don't, but y'all do. But that's it.
You don't know?
I mean, I know some of his stuff, but I don't know him like
we'll
that.
get back to you.
I know
we'll play some in the car.
Yeah, like I know he's supposed to be a big
Lil Wayne
deal.
is legendary. Everybody knows who he is. Well, not everybody. There's a segment
People
of the
in the
population
rap
that-
community know.
Or no,
who
not
he
just
is.
in the rap community. People that have gone out to clubs or have gone to college or
Whatever.
like listen to the radio. He's been around for
time.
decades.
Yeah.
But he is not the best live performer. If we're being for real.
Okay.
And all of his best songs are either collabs or songs that he made in like 2008.
And I don't know,
not
so y'all
true.
help me. Are his lyrics like explicit? Like does
Yes.
he have
Yes,
songs?
yes.
And that's what I was
It's
going to
not
say.
family
That's
friendly.
the other thing. The Super Bowl, everybody
Have you
wants
ever
to be
heard
able
the
to watch
song "Lick Me Like a Lollipop"?
Wait a
That's
minute now. Hold on now. This is PG-13.
Well, I didn't say
I didn't say what he was.
I'm just saying.
It's an innuendo.
Hits because of features. If you have to really like listen to his old stuff to know. Like, I feel like real true Lil Wayne fans understand, because you got to remember he started
Young Money. Yeah.
Like he took Drake in, he
took Nicki Minaj.
in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like,
But I feel like if he were to perform, it would be like a Drake,
It would be his whole,
Nicki Minaj,
like, all of his entourage.
which is fine. But I also feel
people
like
do that.
yeah. But I also feel like we just had that with Dr. Dre and them, or we just had a whole ensemble
so you want
performance.
one
Okay.
solo artist.
All right, so there is no question whatsoever in my mind that my boy Bruno Mars.
Didn't he already do it?
He was.
He was a guest. He was a
but
guest.
he needs to do him and the Hooligans, honey. That
No,
would be a
Silk
show.
Forget the Hooligans now. Silk
Well,
Sonic. We need
Silk
Anderson
Sonic,
Paak
like,
up in
yeah,
there.
like that would be like I would watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm not because
And I feel like everybody knows the Bruno Mars song.
Bruno Mars, like he is a performer. He can sing, he can dance, he has swag. Like I just love Bruno Mars. Like I think he should get his
Has
own.
Lady Gaga done it?
Yeah, Lady Gaga did it.
She did?
She did. Yeah.
I'm not a Lady Gaga fan.
I'm not, but she got.
But she has hit songs.
Yeah.
And she said she gonna get her boy Bruno out of debt with this with this new song.
Well, I think that he would I would love to see him in concert. Like I think he would kill it. I
Okay.
think it should be Bruno
Prepare
Mars.
to be sick of me.
Oh.
Cause y'all already know I'm gonna say Beyonce.
But she's already
No,
her and Bruno
they
came
came together and
yeah.
she performed with Destiny's Child, but we have not had a Beyonce Super Bowl.
But people are gonna feel like they are, and no shade to Beyonce.
But
'cause you
they
know
can't
I
pick
think that
Beyonce
she's
because
having-
Jay-Z, it would be like, you gonna pick your wife?
and she just got done taking over the world with the Renaissance tour, and then she came with Cowboy Carter,
And then
took
they
over the
snubbed
world
her from the
again.
CMAs, but we're not
So
gonna
like
talk
people
about
are gonna feel like, look, I'm banning Beyonce and Taylor Swift from doing
Oh, no, I don't wanna see
anything
Taylor
other
Swift.
than their own
I-
stuff.
like, Taylor
because
Swift
they've
is
already
already
done
too
much.
much. Like, we
They've
already
done
seen
too
her
much.
way too much.
Both of them have
Ariana.
done too much.
I think Ariana could do it.
She would kill it.
Ariana could do it.
She would
but
kill
also,
it.
I feel like Ariana is a fantastic singer, but she's not a performer.
She's not a dancer.
Like, I don't know
that.
if I would go to her concert to hear her sing live, but I'm not going to her
Absolutely.
concert to see a show.
But that's the thing. When we watch it, are y'all listening? Or are you?
I'm looking.
I'm looking.
Like,
Like,
when
I want
Usher
the whole
performed, I was
show.
looking.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't
Usher's
just.
was.
His was
It
good.
was okay, yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, but I think Bruno. Let me think. What female
I have
artists?
more.
You got some? Okay, who you got?
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Everybody knows
We
the
have
Justin
not
Bieber
seen
song.
Justin in a minute.
You know, he has a baby now, so he's like
He's
being
a family
dada.
man.
But
Yeah.
Justin Bieber could do it.
We haven't seen him in a minute. I wouldn't be mad at
What
that.
about The Weeknd did it?
The Weeknd did it in Tampa.
Like
How
him
did The
either.
Weeknd?
I don't like the. I
I don't gotta listen to Weeknd.
I mean, I like his music, but not enough to go to a concert.
His songs sound too much alike to me.
2013.
Yeah, all his songs do kind of sound
Like he has his little niche, his little lane. I think all his stuff
Have
sounds
you listened
alike.
to his new? It's the. I feel
had to
like
listen
every
to the new
artist
song.
is their best when they first coming up, their first rising. Because I feel like once they make it,
They get kind of lazy.
They
like
might
Drake. Y'all know how Drake is, but it's he's fell off. But his old stuff, that's all I listen to. Is old.
Well, and I have to give you credit because when you used to talk about Drake, and it's like,
I really wouldn't pay you any attention.
And then when I finally listened to him, I was like, okay, I see it now.
I like his old songs
That's
much
what I'm
better than his
saying.
new songs.
It's like he just gave up.
I think he got, as people tend to do, he got full of himself. Like he wasn't as thirsty for it. So
like
like
people
he's not,
say, oh, when they drop a hit song, they be like, oh yeah, their rent was due. His rent
Is never due
no more.
His rent is never due.
True.
He bought his house.
I mean, because even sometimes desperation will make people perform. And they'll be like, Sarah Bareilles, her first hit, Not Gonna Write You a Love Song. No, because she literally wrote Not Gonna Write You a Love Song because the label told her, you know, I think she was putting out an album. Or they wanted her to write a love song, and she, as a knock to them, wrote "I'm Not Gonna Write You a Love Song," and that turned into one of her biggest hits. So
yeah, she has a Broadway musical.
Yeah, I like her. I like her.
She can't perform at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say not Super Bowl wise, but yeah, I like her.
But my last pick, I know I'm kind of dominating this, but y'all don't be having ideas for real.
Oh my gosh.
My last pick,
how dare she,
is Janelle Monáe.
No, you did. She said, "I just got here."
Janelle Monáe could do the Super Bowl.
Yes. Her or what's the girl's name that performed with Teyana Taylor at the
Tiana Taylor?
Oh, you talking about Victoria
Monáe?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Victoria Monáe would kill it, but she's still not popular enough to do it. I feel.
Well, but
she's been in the industry for a while.
She is a good performer.
She wrote songs for Ariana.
Yeah, but Janelle Monáe has never disappointed. Never disappointed.
I don't know, but did she go a little crazy?
I don't.
I think she just decided to just.
I think she went from because her stick before was she never wore revealing clothes. It was always black and white or whatever. And then for some reason she was like, you know what, I'm fine, y'all. And she started wearing
letting everybody
and she has the boom 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 to wear it.
Yes, she can do it. And she's wearing color. Yeah. But she said that she started showing her boobs because
I think
was it Neil Long?
I think it was Neil Long.
Somebody told her that she had nice boobs and she kind of had a crush on whoever said it, and so she was like, okay, she said, so I'm just gonna do it. I don't know, but anyway, she's a good performer. I think she is underappreciated, so I would watch it. I would absolutely watch the Super Bowl.
I would watch Miss Janelle
with her
dance about.
Wait, how did y'all forget Chris Brown?
Okay, now
see Imari.
Hold on.
He's a performer.
I feel like people are over. It's still there, but I feel like people have not forgiven.
Now,
I think he has somewhat redeemed himself, and he stayed out of trouble for a while.
But now I love Chris. Wait, I don't want to get canceled. I love Chris Brown's music.
Okay,
I probably know all of his songs and most of his songs, but he not only did he beat Rihanna that one time a long time ago, he also stopped Karrueche allegedly and somebody else allegedly. And it was more recent. So
I didn't hear about
I feel like they're not going to pick him, even though he's a great performer, because he has way too much going on in his personal life, and people will complain.
Well, he is a talented.
But he has enough songs that are clean enough to be able to perform.
Why do people that have talent always do something crazy? You would think, go be famous and stay out of trouble.
I feel like the only reason Kendrick got picked is because he's what's popping right now. Because of him and Drake.
Well, that's what they do.
Also,
they pick somebody.
I heard something about Jay-Z and Drake having beef, and that's why he picked Kendrick.
My man.
Your man? Does he know who your man?
Don't do that. I feel like he's burning his bridges with everybody.
He kind of is.
I just watched Young Miami do an interview with Ross, and she was asking do you guys think you could clear that up? And Rick Ross was basically I don't know, Drake started a lot with a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, Maybe he'll.
And I just
come to
find
Jesus
it
moment.
very funny that Drake said big as a Super Bowl and then Kendrick performed the Super Bowl before him. Like, that's hilarious to me.
That's so shady.
Don't do that.
And I can't wait till a whole stadium is singing Not Like Us. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
because I absolutely am gonna be in front of the. I'm gonna be. Well, I'm absolutely be in front of the TV singing off key. Yes, ma'am. I am.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm here for it.
I feel like
You're gonna boycott?
I feel like I got to.
Why?
Because that's her man.
Y'all know Drake. Like I wrote.
They go
Thick
way
and
back.
Thin.
They go way back.
Yes. Come on now.
Well, I'm not boycotting. I'll let you know how it is because I'm
Like I'm
absolutely.
not. Don't get me wrong. I like Kendrick Lamar music until
Until the beef.
yeah.
She
I had to pick a
She has to be a
side.
ride or die. So
Kendrick
she,
obviously won though. Like,
yeah, like yeah.
let's be for real.
I can't say nothing.
Okay. Mrs. Drake over here is gonna. She's
No, Mrs. Graham.
What is his? What is
Yeah.
his real name?
Audrey Graham.
That's
What?
actually my yeah.
Audrey Graham. That's his real name.
I never knew that.
That's why Kendrick's diss song was "Meet the Grahams."
Yeah.
I was today years old. when
Yeah,
I
you
found
don't
that
know
out.
this. He for real. We got to do a
was-
My
breakdown.
Facebook name.
I was. Is that what that's about? I was today years old when I found this out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I've been meaning to ask you, like, what? Like, that's not your last name. What's going on?
Because when I saw that, I was so confused, and then I thought about it, and I was like, "Oh my!"
I was
gosh.
today years old, y'all. I did not know that.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna be singing DNA and Humble and whatever else. that
Whatever.
Kendrick
Now, if he
performs.
played Poetic Justice, that's very petty.
Oh yeah, I'm
Of
sure he's gonna
course.
play Poetic Justice. I'm sure he
What
will.
they gonna do? Blur? What they gonna do? Silent?
Bleep it or
Bleep
the
it.
clean version.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll do the clean version.
But I feel like he's probably gonna play it safe in terms of most of his set is probably gonna be like.
No, the reason I said that is because that song features Drake in it.
Oh yeah.
So is
he
gonna-
might purposely
Yeah.
do it and like leave him
maybe.
out on purpose, like just to be extra.
I just
extra
wonder
shady.
if he's gonna bring out like who is he gonna? Is he gonna bring out Rihanna even though she just performed at the Super Bowl? Is he gonna bring out SZA? Because like he did the Black Panther album,
yeah.
so he has a lot of content to work with, a lot of clean music in terms of Black Panther album.
I was gonna say SZA could do it, but
I feel like SZA,
She's not a
SZA is like
performer.
you don't think about how ratchet her songs are until you really
yeah.
listen. Because she has such a like smooth voice, and you're just like, oh. And then she's talking about like cheating on
Same
somebody.
thing with Beyonce.
I was scared. She has
No,
some-
Beyonce, like we knew Beyonce was about that life. If you listen to Partition, you know Beyonce is about that life.
I only listen to the dance songs. Like I don't listen to the
Mom,
ratchet
you've heard me
music.
play Partition before.
You play stuff, but like if I'm listening to her, like I'm only gonna listen to the stuff that's like.
Drunk in Love.
Yeah, Partition and Drunk. We know Beyonce loves her some Jay-Z in every way possible.
And then Rocket.
And then Cuff It. Cuff It got some lyrics in it too. And then what's that other one?
I block those things out.
I don't know.
Because you like her.
If I like a song, sometimes I block it out. If it's too risque, then it's like, nah, I can't listen to that. Like that goes against my
Beyonce
spirit.
mask her like ratchet lyrics with like it being a love song or being like a breakup song. But when you really listen, you're just like, girl.
Yeah, like SZA. When I heard her new, I was like,
Yeah, because I wasn't paying it attention until I really thought about it, and I was like,
I was reading the lyrics.
it's
So
some
one
stuff.
thing I always remember about SZA, or that I like from her songs, might be two different songs, but I like that she said that she was lost in the lie of us, because all of us, at least I have been lost in the lie of a relationship. Love that line. And then it's the same song. If you're wondering if I hate you, I do.
Oh, Hate You?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I forgot about that song.
yeah.
went through a
I
whole
remember when
SZA
that
phase.
first came out, I was in a new situationship when it first came out, and I was singing the lyrics about somebody else, and now I'm singing the lyrics about both of them. So,
Yeah, we made a TikTok to it.
yeah, we sure did when it first came out. Because I was like,
It was everywhere on the radio.
Yeah, they it got played so much that I stopped listening to it because I had heard it way too much. But anyways, on to Ask the Gemini. Some more messy questions. We love that here. So the question that I was asked and had to answer, so now y'all got to answer it, and I'll also give what I said too. But would you rather go to prison for life, no chance of parole, you in prison for life, or would you rather cheat on your partner? Then, like metaphorically, if you don't have a partner.
do you even have to ask me that question?
Yeah.
I might not be a beauty queen, but I'm too cute for prison. I'm not going to jail.
I'm not going to
I'm
prison.
not going to jail for
Y'all
life.
not going to the big house?
For life. What person, like, what sense would that make? If I cheat on you, I can live and to reconcile with you. If I go to prison for life, what I'm doing besides being somebody else's
And I know
prisoner,
you're not
no,
going to hold
ma'am.
me down in prison.
Like, no. Why would I do that? And if you don't even love me, if you want me to go to prison for life instead of cheating on you.
Apparently a lot of people were answering that they're gonna do the time.
They lying.
They said a lot of people said they're gonna do the time.
Everybody that said that they would go to prison
They're
for life
lying.
instead of cheat, their partner needs to break up with them now because they're a liar.
So this is
They're a liar.
what me and my man's answer was, because we had a lengthy discussion about this because it was an interesting topic. Hopefully, we would be able to pick who first of all, we both said we're not going to prison for life.
ma'am.
Like, let's be so
Like,
for real.
why?
Let's be honest with ourselves and each other. We're not going to prison for
No.
life. But he was like, I'm gonna find you the ugliest man alive.
Oh my God.
and hope you hate it. And then I was like, I would want to be able to like give them a heads up, like, hey, I'm only doing this because I would have to go to prison.
If you could do the heads up,
you
then
can do
like
all of
yeah.
that,
But
then-
here's the thing.
Yeah.
That is kind of makes you wonder, because this is the second part of that question. The indecent proposal. Did either of you see that? Y'all are young,
I don't
so
know what
probably
that
not.
is.
Okay, I'm gonna ruin the movie for y'all because y'all haven't seen it. Well, I'm not really ruining the movie, but there's a movie that starred, I believe, Demi Moore, and maybe it was Richard Gere. I don't know. Somebody look it up. Y'all will tell us in the comments.
People that
But
we don't recognize.
some people
the
that
names of.
y'all are too young to really know, other than you might know who Demi Moore is.
I
Anyway,
recognize the name.
Indecent Proposal. This very rich man offered a couple, or I should say the woman, offered a man and his wife enough money to like solve their financial problems if he could have one night with the man's wife.
What?
The name of the movie is Indecent Proposal. I'm not going to tell y'all what happened.
I want to watch the
I know
movie
what
now.
But so I got to kind of ruin it for y'all. Like initially it was like, no, of course not. And then, eventually,
Yeah.
like, whatever. But he couldn't like get over it. Like he thought he was going to be able to handle it. He couldn't get over it.
See, that's what was scaring me.
So that's the thing.
Because knowing me, I'm not getting over
the person would understand why you did it, but could you really? That's how I knew when my marriage was over. Because it's like, no, we not. That's unforgivable for me. Like I'm not. No, ma'am. No. Once you had the pleasure of me and you go seek pleasure somewhere else, you got to go over there.
If I knew why he had to do it, I probably.
It's still like it would never.
No,
like,
because every argument I'm gonna be like, bring it up.
you probably wanted to.
You probably wanted to be with her.
Yeah. So like, no, I don't.
No.
No.
I can't. But
if
like,
given that choice,
I'll always say, if you cheat on me,
yeah, that's a deal breaker.
I'm packing
That's a deal
my
breaker. There's a
metaphorical
lot of things that
bags.
can be forgiven, but that's a deal breaker for me because no,
I'm not gonna get over it.
no. Even if you try to tell yourself a lot of times, oh, I might be able to. I know.
No.
Me. Well, I'm gonna wake up in the middle.
I don't-
Look. He gonna wake up and I'm gonna be sitting on my
No,
bed
because
like this.
have you ever been in a relationship and you doing something very normal with your partner, or you're just like doing something you're thinking about them, and you like, he did this with somebody else.
Oh yeah, I'd be petty.
I'd be like,
You
he
know,
did this with somebody
I
else.
try. Yeah, when I was like,
I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but like,
Okay, that
sometimes
that is when you have my permission. Everybody, you have my permission. That is when your narcissism needs to kick in, and you need to think they might have done that with somebody else, but nobody
not
can
me.
do it.
Yeah, it's
like
not me.
That is when you are allowed to
I
be
think
narcissistic.
that's how
You just
Yeah.
gotta
You
be,
gotta
and you gotta
secure.
be confident enough in yourself, cause and that's just how I feel. Everybody after me is a downgrade, bro. Everybody after me is a downgrade. Now you can say what you want, you can tell them what you want, but I got enough self-awareness and enough self-love. Everybody after me is a
you
downgrade.
have to feel it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got.
and it's, I feel like what I just said is more funny than like causes problems. But I know because I be having those thoughts like there was another girl before me, or like he went on a date before me, or whatever.
And Olivia
It's
Rodrigo say, when you gonna tell her that we did that too? She thinks she's special, but it's all reused.
Or like how I know like some of my male friends have like a routine of where they gon' like where their first
favorite
date
places
place
to go,
is.
and that's kind of bad because if you go,
I don't
okay,
like that.
I
But
don't
here's
be
the thing, though.
original.
If you went
Change it
somewhere
up or something.
fantastic with somebody and you end up breaking up with them, you can't eliminate that place as a place that you can
don't
go
know,
forever. But I think you should tell you. I would be honest and be like, hey, I used to go here with somebody, but I really like this place and I want you to experience it. Like, don't let them think that they're special and you're doing it with them for the first time. Like, tell them the truth.
I'm taking you to this cool restaurant. I don't want to be like, how you know this restaurant?
Honest for me, for the rest of my grown life, honesty is the best policy. We need to tell.
But then also you have to be realistic because as adult people, they're gonna have dated other people. And
like grow up. Like you just let them know. Okay, this I went here with my ex, but I want you to experience it too. And call it like keep it pushing.
And don't let it be a frequent place where people gonna be like, oh, is this Sarah?
Now what you don't do, is give me the exact same gifts you gave her. Don't do that. Don't get married and have the same wedding colors as you had with me. Like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. It's giving disingenuous. It's just like, okay, you just want a girl. You don't want me.
Because what that says is you don't think enough of me to think about something new. You're just like, you got some kind of script you're going by, which means that you are not having genuine interactions with me. But I am. Anyway. Back to the original thing. I'm doing the cheating. I'm not doing the time. That's one time when I'm not a cheater by nature. I don't believe in that. If I don't like you, I'm
like if those are the only two options, then I am so sorry.
Look, I'm gonna have to.
I'm very sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not even trying to make it. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna make it. I'm sorry. That's it. You don't even have to ask me. I'm not going to jail.
I can't go to jail.
I'm not built for jail.
I don't think I could do overnight in jail.
I might could do. Now, if it was a night, I could do a night as long as I was not as long as I'm not in general population where I'm in danger, like physical danger. Like if I just gotta go in the cell and close the door.
Because I don't know what real jail looks like.
I'm just a girl.
I don't want to be in the holders. I don't even want the cuffs to go on me. I don't even want to be in the back of police.
I don't like when I pass by a police officer on the road. Like I don't want to go to jail.
If it was just one night and I didn't have to be in general population, I was just like locked in a cell. I could do that.
They say it's cold in there. It's stank.
There's a soldier.
I could do a night. I could do a night. I probably would probably take the mattress off the cot and use it to shield myself when I use the bathroom because the toilet is right there where people can see it. I would come up with strategies to survive. I could do one night. But life, no, ma'am. I couldn't do a year. I could do a month. But one night, I could do it.
I'm not saying a night.
I could do it. If it was
I don't care
like a matter of life and death or something, I could do it.
She said, I'm going to sit there.
What?
What?
She said what?
I said, y'all gonna bail me out? She said, no, you're gonna sit there.
Why? So what type of crime would you have committed to be in there? Because that depends. If you okay, I'm gonna tell you, Auntie gonna tell you. If you went for self-defense or something like that,
I was like,
I'm gonna come get you.
Okay, because you know what I have on today, and we're gonna go to.
And
I'm like, election going on. I'm like, I was basically saying, I don't think no one's bold enough to come to my face and say anything.
Not while the three of us together.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
And then she was like, I don't know.
Oh, she was worried about you wearing that?
Yeah, she worried about it.
No.
Oh, no.
I was like, well, today just might be that I go to jail. If somebody said,
it's like,
and I was like, have the bail money ready? And she was like, oh, no. And I was like, what?
No. Auntie will come and get you in a self-defense situation. Now, you just doing a crime, like you actually committed a crime, or you started something, you doing drive-bys or what have you.
Drive-bys? Why do you even know what that is?
You might have to stay there. But self-defense, I'll come get you.
No, okay. I don't care if it's 5 o'clock in the morning and the next day means get me out.
But look,
get me out.
Say, do not do anything on the weekend
because then you have to stay.
You have to stay for the whole weekend.
So don't get arrested on Friday.
Don't get arrested on Friday. I've heard that all my life. What? I've never even come close to being arrested. But do not.
Someone just said that on a TikTok. They were like, they got arrested on a Friday.
On a Friday because you have to spend the weekend because the courts are not open until Monday.
12 a.m. Friday.
Well, then you still got to spend. You mean 12 a.m. Sunday because then the courts would open at a couple hours.
I mean, like it's 11:59 Thursday night. And then
you still have Friday. But if it was 11:59 on Friday,
started if you do something Thursday night, court is gonna be in session Friday. But if you do something Friday after business hours,
right at 12 a.m. Oh, after
business
Friday,
hours,
like Friday's done.
Yeah, the courts are closed.
Okay, so
I don't even know why we're having this conversation. We're not going to jail.
I'm not going to jail.
We are not going to jail.
I'm not going to jail.
No,
I know I'm not, but
We just
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
For those of you that may go to jail, do not get in trouble on Friday because I heard you have to stay until Monday because court is not.
See,
open.
this is why I don't get in arguments with random people. Because no, if you try to fight me, I'm calling the police.
I have
not
never been in a
God.
fight for that very reason. Not because I'm afraid to fight or whatever, but because I cannot let you cause me to lose my freedom. I cannot allow, especially when you were a kid, you kept me out of a lot of trouble. Because I would always think, if I go to jail, I don't trust anybody to be taking care of my child. I cannot get in trouble. So like I would bite my tongue. I stayed out of trouble.
No, and I feel like some people are desensitized to jail.
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
Like they'll go and go. Like if they get in a fight, they just get in a fight.
Those people that are institutionalized, that are just used to it, and it's a thing. No, ma'am. I don't ever want law enforcement or anybody to ever be able to tell me what to do, and I don't have a choice. Like I just like freedom too much, and I got too much mouth and too much attitude.
That's why I'm always scared that I'll get stopped by the police because I'm known to have attitude, and police are not necessarily nice all the time.
And honestly, it's just like you're not gonna.
You're not gonna. Yeah, you're not. Your immediate thought is your life could be in danger if you're dealing with a nutcase because everybody that wears a uniform is not stable. There's some good people. We got stopped one time because my tail light was out. My tag light was out, and that was a good officer. If y'all need a good officer story, that was a good officer because I did what they always tell you to do, and we were out in a rural area, out where my parents lived. It was dark. I was in the car with you. You were a kid. And the light, his light came on. And I'm like, I'm not speeding. I'm not doing anything wrong. I had no reason to think that I should be being pulled over. So I was suspicious. But I pulled over. I cracked the window. And he was like, I need your license and registration. I was like, sir, it's dark out here. I'm in the car alone with my child. I don't feel safe right here. My parents live back that way. I'm going to drive with my flashes on very slow and go to their driveway so that I feel safe, and then I will answer your questions. And bless his heart, he was a good officer. He did not argue with me. He followed me back to their house. In the meantime, I told you to call them on the cell phone to let them know we were coming back. By the time we got there, we were outside. They were outside. He came to the window. He told me, he's like, I was just stopping you because your tail light was out. You need to get it fixed, whatever stuff. And he, just gave me a warning. And I appreciated that officer for that because, he did not act
because nowadays you would have got shot.
And aggressive with me.
If you try to leave, it's, very hostile now.
Yeah, he understood that I was a woman alone with a child, and he was very nice. I should have got his name and his badge number because he was very nice to me.
And that's something that I learned on TikTok, too, is especially for minorities. It's important to get the name and the badge number. Because a lot of officers are great people, but a lot of officers also can be a little cuckoo.
Yeah. He was very nice.
I've only, the officers that were at my college were always super, around that area were always super nice. I've never had a bad experience
with officers that were very nice. I did have one where I got stopped because they were searching for somebody, and my car evidently fit the description on Providence Road, y'all, if you're in the Lakeland area. And he had
telling people where you.
I said the Lakeland area. So he had me, that one I did not like. He had me get out of my car and let the drug dog sniff my car or the bomb dog, whatever they were looking for. I did not like that he treated me like a criminal, even though I was not a criminal. He talked to me very hostilely and was very nasty, and I was ticked off, but I had enough sense to know I'm dealing with somebody that's clearly nasty and unstable, so I didn't argue back with him. But so I've had encounters with very good law enforcement people. I've had encounters
because there's
with ones that
I feel like there's only going to be two types of people that go to the military, go to law enforcement. It's people that really want to help people, and then there's people that just want to be able to have power
and want to have
people.
Exactly.
And you gotta know which one you're going to get.
With. So that's why it's always yes officer, no officer, regardless of which one you're dealing with, because you just don't know. We know, by the way, for people there, we know that even compliance sometimes does not result. It doesn't always have. There have been people that have complied.
It can be a misunderstanding,
or you could just be dealing with somebody that's a little bit ticky boom. But bottom line is, for the best outcome,
why also
comply.
It's important that for people that are describing a wanted person or a criminal or whatever. I learned in journalism class that unless it's absolutely necessary, you are not supposed to give someone's race. Because if you say a white person did, then now everyone's looking at every white person that passes by. You're supposed to give as much detail as possible if you are going to include race, what they had on, what their hair looked like.
You can't
how
be
they
general
walked.
because you might get somebody innocent hurt. So you need to know what you're talking about. And if you're not sure, do not make up details because you could get somebody hurt. But anyway, I don't know how did we get? We were talking about going to jail. We were talking about going to jail. Yeah. Bottom line, don't commit crimes. Don't go to jail. However, if it means not having.
But don't put yourself in a situation where you can go to jail.
Yeah, like
that should be fairly easy to do.
Anyway.
So, anyways, Gemini Gems. Would you like to go first?
No, I want you to go first.
Oh, okay. So this is very not on topic of what we were talking about, other than when we talked about babies earlier.
Yeah.
But when you're teaching little kids how to, like, you know, have proper hygiene or whatever, and you're teaching them how to wash their hands, something that you told me when I was little is if you sing the happy birthday song, that's the amount of time that you need, like a minimum amount of time that you need to make sure that your hands are nice and soapy and clean. And that's a good little method for teaching little kids how to behave and not be nasty.
Yeah, so on the subject of children, which neither of these two will have for a good long time, y'all.
We grown. I'm just playing.
I'm older than her.
But you still, we're not birthing no babies. In the words of Butterfly McQueen. Okay.
I don't know.
She played in Gone with the Wind, the black lady.
Oh,
I don't know nothing about no babies, Miss Scarlett.
Frankly, my dear, I'm not gonna
anyway.
shit because you're gonna yell at me.
Back to the Gemini Gym. So for kids, if you got young kids and you're trying to teach them about money and finances and things like that, one method that I used with Imari for a short time, but I did it and I think it was effective, was I bought toy money and I had her pay for her snacks and stuff in the house. Like I had her, she would say if she wanted a snack, she would say what she wanted, and I would tell her how much it cost, and I would have her count the money out to me, which she really enjoyed because it made her feel like a big girl. Also, you can charge your kids for time on video games or time on their phone or whatever if you're trying to teach them how to count money. Because a lot of kids grow up with credit card swiping and stuff. They don't know how to count change. They don't know how to count money. So that gives them incentive to learn. And if you are a baller, then you can actually have them do stuff like give them a certain amount of money every week or whatever and stuff. And then whatever they save at the end of the week, you can give them like actual money for it. There's all kind of methods for it, but the bottom line is you need to teach kids, even though we're in the credit card and cash app societies, they need to know how to count money, and that's something that a lot of kids don't know how to do. So have them practice at home. Let them pay for things at home with toy money. Let them pay for activities, whatever, and it's a good way for them to do it while you're supervising them and know that they can go out into the world and know how to like manage their money and count change. Because there's a lot of, what are y'all, millennials?
I'm not a millennial.
What are y'all?
I am Gen Z.
Y'all, well, a lot of Gen Z kids that don't know how to count money.
I'd rather be Gen Z than millennial.
No, I think I'd rather be a millennial.
No, I'd rather be Gen Z than millennial.
I was going to add to that because there's been many instances where a cashier has given me extra.
It happens. You're a generation. Yeah, they don't know how if the
or they
power
get confused
goes
when
out,
you give them like
a 20.
change.
Like I like to give them a change to round up or something, and they don't know how to handle it.
Like say it's like $10.25. I might give them a 20 and 50 cents because I hate breaking dollar bills, and it's like I can tell they get like they don't know what to do.
Teach your kids how to count change. Teach them how to count money, because if you don't, then they might go out into the world and like be slightly handicapped in that way. So yeah, let them play around with it in the house. Make it a game, make it fun, but make sure that they do know how to count cash, because they need to we may end up having to go back to a cash society if
let's hope that don't happen.
Look, if this AI takes over, like they're claiming AI is going to take over at some point in time, we might have to start on
I feel like cash only would be best.
That way you would stay within your budget.
I hate using cash.
And like with banks, it'd be sketchy with banks sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't like cash though. I will use my credit card and my debit card too.
Yeah, and y'all are dependent on that, but you need to know about how real money works.
And you get cash back and stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that. But anyway.
Yeah. But with all of that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Period.